Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a regularly scheduled meeting of the Penfield Zoning Board of Appeals. Tonight's meeting is going to take place in two parts. The first part will be our public hearings. We will ask the applicant to come up to the podium and give us a name and address, and then explain to the board why the relief requested should be granted. Once the applicant is done with the presentation, board members will likely have some questions for the applicant, and then we'll ask anyone in the audience that cares to come up and speak about the application to likewise give name and address and then comment on the application. After the public hearings are adjourned, we will take a brief recess. We will then reconvene in the back of the room to deliberate on tonight's motions and tend to any unfinished business that the board may have. Members of the public are certainly welcome at both sessions, although the deliberations that's a time reserved generally for conversations amongst board members with staff, and sometimes with council. We have a fairly short agenda tonight, so you're welcome to stay, of course. You don't have to. If you need to leave or want to leave on a day like tonight, you can certainly call Carol or Harold tomorrow and find out what action, if any, the board took on a particular item. I point out every month that it's the town's practice and policy to notify neighbors that live in the area of an application that the application is going to be heard. The town does that various ways, including sending postcards to neighbors that live within a certain distance of the application. And the town does that so neighbors are more fully informed of their right to come in and speak about an application. We think that it works well. Having said that, I'd ask everyone to rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. And Harold, may we have the first application, please?
Application number 1, Mark Reigelsperger, 57 Meadow View Drive, Penfield, New York, 14526. Requests an area variance to allow the construction of a garage addition with less setback at 57 Meadow View Drive. The property is owned by Mark and Tammy Reigelsperger and is zoned R-1-15. This is SBL number 139.11-2-17. This is application number 13Z-0018.
Good evening.
Hello.
I'm asking for a variance for 5.5 feet times 12 feet. All right, that's what I need on the side of my garage to put a 7 by 12 garage addition. I have a 2-car driveway, but a 1-car garage. So I actually have part of the driveway that would go up to this area, if you will. It will house snow blower, riding lawnmower, and motorcycle. I plan to build it under the same architecture as the garage itself, meaning that it will have the same shape, the same colors, the same shingling, the same roof line, if you will. I'm not as tall, but the same shape, so that it actually looks like it's part of the garage, or it looks as close as it can to part of the garage. It will have the same trim as the house. Is there anything else I can?
Questions from the board?
What will the materials actually be?
The actual construction will be wood, 4x4 posts will anchor the corners, 4x4 flooring with 3/4 inch over that, walls, 2x4 walls, 2x6 rafters, and 1/2 inch sheathing for the roof.
Okay. And you told us what you're storing in it. Where are those things stored now?
In my 1-car garage.
And how many cars do you have?
2.
Okay. Have you thought about having a separate shed in the backyard that would meet setbacks rather than attaching it to the garage?
I would like this on the side of the garage because I can roll my motorcycle right into it. if you will. The driveway does go up to that area, so it just makes it easy access.
Is there going to be a divider wall between the shed and the garage, or can you walk from the garage into the shed?
There was no plan to walk from the garage into the shed right now.
Okay, so there'll be a wall there. Each one has its own wall?
Correct.
Okay. And the entrance is facing the front of your house, right?
Correct.
Meadow View front? Okay. Now, on the side, is there going to be, the split rail fence, is that going to remain, or is it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Actually, I don't think you need 5.5-foot variance. You actually need 4.5.
I'm sorry, 4.5.
Okay. I think that's all I have. Thank you.
It seems to me that what we have here, there are a lot of folks, I think including me, that have what's called a 2.5-car garage, the half. And what you're doing here is you're adding the half. You have a 1-car garage and you're making this a 1.5-car garage. Although, and in the half, in my house, a car can't fit in there.
No.
Motorcycle probably could, although it doesn't have a separate entrance, but okay. And do you think that this style, do you think it does anything to, that would be considered or could be considered a detriment to the neighborhood?
Not at all. It will actually have the same shape as the garage, the same lines, if you will. So
It won't look out of place, or it won't look bad or anything like that?
No, I can't imagine that it would.
Okay.
I have a letter from my neighbor, if anybody wants
Mr.
to
Dobbins,
see it.
yeah, sure, send that up, that'd be great. And Joe has some questions as well.
Yeah, that was one of my questions. Is this the neighbor that's directly affected by the garage?
That's correct.
Okay, so it's the person to the right of your house?
That's correct, yes.
Excuse me. And by any chance, are you putting any electricity in this garage?
There's no electricity plan for this garage.
Okay, so no outside lighting, it would be a spotlight on it?
No.
Okay. That's all I have.
Any other structures in the neighborhood with similar sheds on the side?
There's addition around the corner on Valley View. It's not on the side, it's actually on the back of the garage. Other than that,
But there probably aren't any more driveways that have a double-car driveway to a single garage, are there?
I guess I haven't really looked or noticed. I think there is. Yes, I'm pretty sure there is. That stopped, just like mine. Yep.
Okay, anything else, board? Anyone in the audience care to speak about this? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Application number 2, Rich Ide, Dick Ide Mazda, 871 Panorama Trail South, Rochester, New York, 14625. Requests a special permit for signage under Article 7-7-3 from Article 7-7-13-C of the code to allow more than one building-mounted sign at 871 Panorama Trail South. The property is owned by Richard Ide in Zone GB. This is SBL number 138.12-1-7.2. This is application number 13Z-0019.
All set.
All right, yes, we have that building down there. It was our old Pontiac building. The Dick Ide Pontiac sign came down when Pontiac closed down, and we'd like to replace it with a Dick Ide Mazda sign as we've acquired that business. I'd also like to add a sign that says service on the left side of the building so that customers are able to know where to pull up so they can walk right in, and there's the service advisor right there.
Okay, you just gave us tonight the dimensions. I haven't done them quick. You're asking for approximately 144 square foot of sign? I mean, if it was all together?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, and you're allowed 280 square foot, am I correct?
I believe so.
Okay, and the reason that it's called three sign is because you're separating Dick Ide and you're making it Mazda. So if you had it all together, you probably wouldn't even need a variance, but as long as they're separated. Okay. You have a building in the back. What is the signage on that?
Our Honda building, are you referring
Yeah.
to? We have the Honda emblem in the center of the building. We have Dick Ide on the right side, Honda on the left side, and even Honda on the right side of the building.
So it's very similar to exactly what you're doing in the front?
Yes,
Okay. How about lighting? Are these signs lit?
yes.
Okay, how are they lit? Backlit?
Correct.
Spotlights on them?
No, no spotlights. They're backlit, very similar to, actually probably identical to the ones at the Honda store. So they'll be illuminated. When you're driving by at night, you'll be able to see what they say.
Okay, and how often are they going to stay lit? 24 hours?
No, we always have a timer. We, like to be energy conscious, and, we adjust for the seasons as it gets dark earlier. We have them come on earlier, but we don't keep them on all night. I think they usually switch off around midnight or 1 in the morning.
Okay, a little bit after you're closed, just touch a reference of where you are.
Right.
And then they're off. Okay, you have a lot of signage in the window.
Yes.
Now, because you have none on the front, but.
Correct.
Is that going to be removed if we grant these signs?
Absolutely, yes. That was, a temporary solution until we could get signs up. We needed to let people know that we had the Mazda store, obviously, with the new business acquisition, getting the name out there. We wanted people, when they were driving by, oh, there it is.
Yeah, right. No, I understand that, but as long as you're intending on removing all that signage from the windows, because now it'll be up on the facade of the
Right.
building.
Right.
Okay, and right now, you don't have a freestanding sign out in front of your building, do you?
Correct. We
Okay,
do not.
and you're not asking for one right now?
No.
Okay, that's all I have.
Any other questions from the board? Okay, anyone in the audience care to speak about this? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's one of the quickest ones we've had.
Well, that's it for the public hearings. Will be adjourned. We will take a
That's good.
brief recess, and we'll reconvene in the back of the room. Thank you all very much.